Hello, everyone, and good morning, and welcome back to Total Football Talk. So, we're going to look at all the latest news coming out of Manchester United, and we're going to look at the top stories, and we're going to look at Obi Martin, who is potentially getting geared up to maybe move into the senior squad after missing out on the kind of under 18s cup yesterday when Manchester United got knocked out by West Ham on penalties, drew 2-all in the game, cracking game. United were the better team, but lost in penalties. But it looks like Obi Martin wasn't in that team for that game when he would normally be. So we'll have a quick look at that. We'll have a look at his goal scoring record in the youth squad. We'll have a look at Kobbie Mainoo's new contract and what Manchester United are trying to do there. We'll have a look at Dogru's new contract and what it's worth to him. And we'll also look at details on Malacia's move to PSV. We will have a look at that. Yeah, well, those are the main stories at the minute. But look, we'll jump straight in with the Obi Martin one. As I said, I watched the under 18s yesterday crash out of the of their sort of League Cup as such. Their under 18s Premier Cup. United are the holders. They lost on penalties to West Ham. It was a cracking game. But obviously Obi Martin wasn't in the squad. Normally he would be. But it looks like he was with first team training. So does that mean he's gearing up for the match on Friday against Leicester in the FA Cup? It'd be interesting to see kind of what happens because, if you take a look at it, these are the kind of reports that are coming out at the minute. It looks like boss Rubin Amorim could be set to utilise the youngster Obi Martin in the coming months, according to reports, with the young forward finally having consistently trained with the first team over the past few months. So these are the reports that are coming out at the minute. I've watched quite a bit of him, and he's a very impressive kid. He's strong. He's got pace about him. He's a very, very good finisher. But is he up to the standard of like a Wayne Rooney whenever he was kind of making his kind of break onto the Premier League at the age of 16? I don't think he's quite in that league yet. I mean, we'll probably never know until he gets a chance to break through, and maybe this will be his breakthrough season. Maybe he will get minutes. Maybe he'll be on the bench on Friday. We are short of options because we've got players that have left the club. Senior players like Rashford and Anthony, who've gone out, and we also know that obviously Jadon Sancho went in the summer. So we've got players that have gone in that forward line, and we've also sent out some young kids like Ethan Wheatley's gone out, and Ennis has gone out, and Joe Hugel has also gone out on loan. These are all forward-thinking players or strikers. So we've got a lot of players that are currently out on loan that could come into that position. But it looks like maybe Obi Martin is the one that they're maybe going to give us hope. As the title of my video says, is kind of a play on the old Star Wars. Obi-Wan, you're our only hope. I hope he's not in one sense, because I'd love to see Rasmus and Xerxes find their feet and get some form between now and the end of the season, because relying on a 17-year-old kid is going to be, it's going to be a lot of pressure on him to get through the door and to make this work for him off the bar, like straight off the bat, because it's not easy coming in and playing at any stage, at any level. I remember playing youth football and then making that jump to play my first senior match, and I tell you what, it was an eye opener. I remember getting smashed in the face coming running off the line 1-on-1. A guy was an older gentleman. He was probably in his mid-30s, and my God, could he smash a ball? I remember he took me out full clean in the face with a shot. And it was a complete woke me up completely. And I remember 17 and I got absolutely kicked around that football field, and I was in goal. But so this kid's going to be coming in and he's going to be playing men's football, and he's done well so far when he's kind of touched on playing in the older groups. United brought him through slowly. They've got him up to full speed. They've got his fitness to where it has to be. And if you look at his goal scoring record just for United at the minute, and this is it. He's played 248 minutes. He's got 5 goals, so he's not a lot of minutes, but it's quite a substantial goals. He's in the FA Youth Cup. He's played 162 minutes with 4 goals, and in the UEFA Youth League, they haven't actually utilised him, which was an interesting one. Academy Scoop is a good one, a good Twitter account. I think he probably has his own YouTube as well now. But yeah, he does a lot of. He brings in a lot of details about the youngsters. He's heavily involved in the academy, and he talks about how that in that youth in the European Youth League. He never quite got the opportunity, which is a bit surprising. But I think they were still trying to get him up to full fitness. So I think he's got the potential to come in. I mean, there's a lot of responsibility weighing on his shoulders if it is for him to kind of lead the way. I don't know how Rasmus and Xerxes would feel about a 17-year-old coming in to pick up the mantle and, try and carry the front line if that's how it is. But as I said before, when you look at Lewis Skelly and you look at Nwari, who have come through the Arsenal Academy, Obi was in that academy as well. If he's at their standard, that gives me a little bit of hope. He will be coming into a team that is full of, kids. Is that a good thing or a bad thing? I'm not sure. Collier and Garnacho and Mainoo. So there are young players he can kind of look up to and maybe, kind of gain some kind of, confidence from. But if you look at the overall United squad, the way we've been playing in some of the games, it's been shocking. The fear that we've been walking around with in that jersey on our back, it's really, really been the detriment to the team so far. So, yeah, it's going to be a tough one if he does. 50-50 on whether it's a good idea to bring him in. I think maybe have him around the first team squad. Rubin will assess him and see how he goes, see whether he's capable of kind of mixing it with the first teamers. But yeah, so I mean that's where we are with that. We'll move on to Kobbie Mainoo, and Mainoo is reported the Manchester United are looking to turn their attentions to Kobbie Mainoo to sign a new contract. Mainoo has been linked with a move to Chelsea. And his current contract, is with Manchester United to 2027. So we have some time on this, but Amorim is pushing for an agreement with Ineos, to get Mainoo's future secured because it's a priority right now. Obviously, the transfer window is closed now. Mainoo has stayed, Garnacho has stayed, which is really, really important. But come the summer, are these players going to be sticking around? Is Mainoo, because Mainoo's going to be worth money if he signs another contract and he keeps progressing the way he has. Great stuff, but it can't be a 200 grand a week contract. I'm not sure maybe what he should be on. I don't know what he's on now, but if it's in and around maybe 50, 60, maybe 70 grand a week, I think that's plenty for the kid at this tender age of 19 after just having played his first full season in the Premier League. He needs to be kept hungry. He needs to be kept wanting, needing more. And not being just splurged on a massive contract. And I think the way Ineos are working, and we'll look at Dogru's contract, which will give us hopefully an indication of how they'll kind of manage Mainoo's contract going forward. And it's important that we keep these kids grounded and keep them wanting more rather than just giving them everything, which maybe we did with Marcus Rashford too much too soon. And then you just lose that edge, that desire, that need to want to fight for everything that you have. If you've been given everything, you kind of lose your edge slightly. So we don't want Mainoo losing his edge just yet. And then there was with Laurie was reporting that Dogru is on 40,000 a week. Now I think that's pretty good business from Manchester United. As I said, we're not giving out loads of. He's not getting paid heavily. I mean, to you and me, maybe that is loads. I mean, to me it is, but maybe to some of you it's not. But to me, it's quite a lot of money. But in the grand scheme of things, I think that's a good deal. 40 grand keeps him grounded, gives him the opportunity to work hard. If he works hard, as Sir Matt Busby said, the money will come if you play well and you have success. So hopefully Dogru can have success with Manchester United, and that contract could maybe be bolstered somewhere down the line and he can get it up, or we get the option potentially to sell him on and make some money on it. So either way, I think it's a good deal. If he doesn't work, worst case scenario, and we had to sell him on, I think clubs would be interested because again, he's affordable. He's it's not a ridiculous wage, and clubs would probably look at that and go, yeah, okay, worst case scenario, worth having a look at. But I hope the kid comes in. I'm right behind him. I hope he does well. I hope he helps us on that left side or the right side, whatever side he ends up playing on. And it's a good deal by the board. Board haven't done many good things. They've done the odd good thing, but yeah, they've a long way to go to kind of I'll give them credit where it's due, and I think they're due some credit with that one. And also, if you look at the Malacia deal as well, which is also interesting, so sources have confirmed that PSV will cover all Malacia's wages, and the option to make the deal permanent, for 10 million euro at the end of the season, and the option for 10 million, to buy him out for the 10 million out of his contract. That interesting one. Sorry guys, my computer's just about to die on me, but I'm going to carry on anyway till it does. Malacia, a good deal, getting all the wages covered, getting the contract sorted out, with the potentially being able to sell him on. If you break the deal down, we actually will make profit on him about I've worked it out at about €7 million profit. So that would be really useful as long as that money actually goes back into the team. So that could be, they've done well there. And the final story, which I'll just fly through before my computer dies, is Manchester United will look to sign a right back, Wesley Franca, 21 in the summer. He's from Brazil. United are looking at priorities, and he's a young up-and-coming right back, so it'll be interesting to see where that particular story goes. Okay, guys, I'm going to wrap it up before this dies on me. Thank you very much for joining me. I'm Keith. I'm the host. I really appreciate all the views and the subscribe so far. Thank you very much. Really, really appreciate it. Please, guys, if you're loving the content, give me a wee like, give me a wee subscribe. It's going to be a long journey to getting anywhere near where I need to be to get this little thing monetized. But thank you for all your support so far. Really appreciate it. And please drop in the comments how you feel about any of those stories, and anything else that you feel is relevant. Let me hear from you. Speak to you soon, guys.